Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Lashes from the Lisa Lashes School of Music, and you are listening to the LLSOM Kickstart to Your Musical Journey podcast.
Okay, there we go. We're now live, and actually, let's do intros first. So I'm Joe. I've done the I'm on the podcast team for the Kickstart with Lisa Lashes School of Music, and you are.
I'm Ellie. Elénore. I'm in this placement for 3 months or so, 4 months, as a music production and events assistant, and I'm part of the social media team.
Cool. I think I've also been here about 3 or 4 months. So yeah, what were you doing before you came onto the Kickstarter?
Actually, last year I was studying the music production diploma. I don't know if I can say the name of the uni, but
Shout it out.
In a music college in London, and I got this diploma, so that's cool. And then I was working for random jobs in London, and I found this placement, so I said yes, let's go.
Nice, that's it. So what kind of music were you focusing on when you were doing your diploma? Were you sort of covering everything on a more technical level, or?
Well, we covered, pretty much everything. Anything we liked, really. I've done pretty much everything so far. Drum and bass, techno a lot because that's easy. Hip hop, R&B, pop as well. Yeah, pretty much everything. And also we had a course called Music and Sound for moving picture, for films and all that. That was great as well. So yeah, and also all the technical aspects like synthesis, mixing, studio recording techniques. Yeah.
That's sick. So you came to this Kickstarter with a lot of knowledge, like so much focus on production.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah. And then what about events? Did you sort of have any experience on the event side of things?
Yes, I was working when I was younger, but way much younger, for a music festival called I don't know if I can say the name, but yeah, music festival in south of France, and I was doing quite the same work I'm doing here, like taking pictures for Instagram mostly, promoting the music festival on social media, and yeah.
But yeah, so you came to it basically with a lot of experience. So when you saw this job, you sort of like, oh yeah, I could really nail this.
Yeah, and well, that's my first real job in the music industry. So when I obtained my diploma, I really wanted to find something concrete in the music industry as a music producer, and it seems great because I feel that this placement is for people who begin their career in music industry. So it was a good deal for me. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So in terms of the trainings and the session, so bringing all this experience to the placement, and obviously we have the Monday and Friday kind of training. How has that kind of affected your, like, how have you been able to find benefit in them still, or like what's your kind of experience with them been?
Yeah, well, I think as music producers, especially because it's really technical, we are always learning. Like there is always new techniques, new technology, new plugins that you can use to produce. So yeah, it's really, really interesting to also work as a team because everyone can share their knowledge, and it's something I really like and really helped me to improve. Yeah.
So it's really been the kind of the community aspect and the sharing that's really helped you.
Yeah, and we also talk about our personal music. Like we subgroups that you can share your own music, not only for the company but for yourself. So it's good to have feedbacks on your own stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's been so true. I was really surprised to see the sort of the personal music A&R stuff set up.
Yeah.
Really nice, yeah.
Really good idea, yeah.
Because yeah, it's like from people all over the UK as well, so you get like more perspective.
Yeah.
And what about with the event side of things? Like obviously because you've had this actual experience with events, and then now you're bringing more to the social and stuff like that. What's your experience been like joining that?
Well, yeah, it's great. It's really fun, and I work on Instagram, which is I think it's quite useful these days, because if you want to promote yourself, of course you'll do it on social media, but I think Instagram and TikTok is like I don't know, the top things to share your stuff and to promote your music. So it's really interesting, and it's also useful for your daily life. Like if you want to promote yourself, I mean, now if I want to promote myself, I know how to do, and it's great in this company. Like as I said, you work as a team. So I have. Well, I don't want to brag, but I have a lot of ideas, and it's cool that you can share them and have feedbacks as well. And if they want to say something like you should fix this bit and blah blah etc., like they'll tell you honestly. So that's cool. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, like I guess because normally with Instagram, when you're promoting yourself, like you're just left alone to kind of try out your ideas and do the thing. But like, I guess this is a cool chance to get that feedback. Since joining the Kickstarter, how has the rest of your life how's that changed like the rest of your lifestyle?
It changed quite everything.
Yeah.
So dreamy, like it changed everything, but that's true. I mean, I was really looking for this kind of opportunity, like really, and when I found it, it was like great, and yeah, it's great because I feel like, well, it's really personal, but I feel like I do something that has a meaning, like that's matter in some point, and yeah, it's great to actually be part of the music industry. So yeah, that's cool, and the organization is great as well. Like it's really well organized, and you can reach your team leaders. I wouldn't say at any time, because sometimes they don't work, but you can reach them really easily, and they'll answer you if you have questions, if you have a problem or anything. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. No, I'm glad you've had such a positive experience. That's sick. And so, and what about in terms of like the hours, stuff like that? Like do you sort of have to be, I don't know, like, do you have to fit it in with other work outside of the placement, or? Well,
Luckily, it fits perfectly with my other job, so that's great. For example, my other job is, I mean, I only work during the afternoons, so later on I work at 3:30. So yeah, luckily the meetings, I think most of them are before that. I don't think I miss any meetings right now. Yeah. And that's a chance. Yeah, I think I don't miss any meetings right now.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll find out. They'll let you know.
Yeah. So yeah, it fits perfectly with my other job, and that's cool.
Have you kind of done online work before, or?
Not that much. I used to work music articles as a freelancer, but I wrote like free articles for them, so it doesn't really count. But no, not really. Yeah, actually, yeah. When I was, it wasn't really working. But when I studied music production last year, it was during the pandemic. So yeah, it was online, but it was different. We didn't have any hours to fill or something like that.
So is this something that you'd like to do more of? Like, do you feel like this was a positive experience with teams, or do you kind of prefer more of the in-person work?
The only thing I miss is to not being able to go to the studio. Yeah, that's not something you can replace online. Yeah, that's the only thing I miss, to be honest.
No, that's true. I definitely feel that as well. It's kind of, yeah, if all of the work is in, you know, the home with these speakers or whatever, I feel like I can go a little crazy. Like if it's just like mixing all day with like no chance of you know, like seeing other people in the studio or something like that.
And you have to yeah, you can. I mean, I don't have a home studio at the moment, so yeah, definitely do that.
Oh, fair. So I saw just mostly working in headphones and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My keyboard.
When you sort of were going into the Kickstarter, we're kind of jumping a little bit back now.
Yeah.
Was this kind of what you were anticipating? Like in hindsight, was the job kind of what you expected it to be when you started, or?
Yeah, actually, I'm really happy to do those kind of tasks. I mean, the music production side of things is really interesting, and the event side as well. So yeah, it matches perfectly my expectations, and yeah, it matches.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's we don't need the controversy. We need the juice. We need the drama. Tell me what you expected.
No.
So I mean that's brilliant, because like I always kind of think like there's always like little caveats and stuff like that, I feel, between like, you know, from the interview to start the job. So it's cool that it's kind of aligned and worked out for you, and also fit in so organically with your schedule.
Yeah. There's a chance. Yeah.
And then is there anything that you want to share, like that you've learned like through working with social media, that like you'd want to suggest people do in terms of promoting themselves through things like platforms like Instagram and stuff like that?
Yeah, as I said, I think Instagram and TikTok these days, and I would say these years are really the things to put yourself on. And yeah, I think people these days are really into these things. But to promote yourself, what advice? I would say be as an artist. If I had to promote myself as an artist, I would just be authentic, you know, like I think people can more relate on you this way. Like, don't really control what you're gonna say or what you're gonna do, because if it's not natural, people will feel it, and you know, that's not good. If you wanna, like, you just have to take what you're good at and share it to the world. Like just do it, and it takes time. So I would say be consistent as well, which is not easy because sometimes you have less inspirations and ideas. So yeah, because consistent, natural, and I think that's it. I don't have much now.
So it's like authenticity and consistency, like.
Yeah, and of course use the tools that's offering the platforms. Like I think because Instagram has different different way to like different tools and things to share to promote yourself than TikTok. For example, I don't know that much things on TikTok, but I know better things on Instagram, and it's really interesting sometimes to see and to make stories and designs to engage more and more followers. So yeah, use them. Just use them. Be original as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And with that advice in mind, you sort of mentioned you had quite a few ideas for sort of the LLSOMs, like social media stuff. How do you think, is there a way that you could apply that advice to what LLSOM's doing? Or I'd love to hear some of the ideas that that you have for the social media stuff.
So far, I've made a lot of quiz about well, recently we've made pop music, a quiz about pop music. I always try to take, because I only work on Instagram stories, so I always try to take the Instagram posts that will stay forever on the Instagram account. And I always try to make a quiz that are related to them, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
and then I thought it was quite interesting because then they can share, they can check the answers of the quiz on the page, so that was cool. So yeah, so far we've made recently we've made pop music, rock music. I can't remember his name. Taylor Hawkins, a quiz about Taylor Hawkins, who passed away recently. So yeah, that's.
And so have you been able to apply that like same authenticity to the LLSOM Instagram, or have you been focusing more on like engagement and stuff like that?
I just thought it was funny, to be honest. That idea of the quiz, like it's like a game where you don't do anything at the end, unfortunately. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. Like I don't know, I just I was just thinking about myself scrolling on Instagram, and sometimes when there is a quiz, I just give it a go, and you know, I was just thinking like that. So yeah.
No, that's cool. Yeah, I guess it's like a new way to interact. It's not just like, look at what we're doing. It's like, can you do this? Like,
exactly.
Do you have what it takes?
Yeah.
So going back to the sort of the music side of things for a little bit, like, so obviously like every week, you know, we get to do these different genres and stuff like that. Well, every couple of weeks. Has there been like a favorite that you've done? Like anything that's been like, oh, this week was sick. That tune I made was great.
Yeah, I love my quiz.
yeah.
I love my quiz.
The quiz is the
yeah, and also I think I just did it once, but I really love I don't know if you know that artist Jacob Collier.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's
and
the guy with all the music theory.
Yeah, and I'm such a fangirl right now, but I really like what he's doing. And so I think one of my team leader said, oh, could you do an Instagram story saying 5 tips from an artist. I think the idea came up like that, and so I've made 5 tips from Jacob Collier because I think it was really inspiring to do those kinds of stories, because as I said, people could relate to that and take advices, and it was great. It was great to do that.
Yeah, and it's cool that you're actually able to focus on an artist that you really rate, like personally.
Yeah, that's cool.
To someone who's starting, I mean, the thing is, it's obviously there's not going to be any new people coming on, but like, what advice would you give to a new Kickstarter, or perhaps yourself when you were as a new Kickstarter, about the Kickstarter?
I would say get involved. Get involved to the work and the tasks, and asking questions is a good thing. Asking questions to the team leader. What could I do? Is there anything I can do? Blah blah. If you don't have already a lot of work to do, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I would say don't rush the things you have to learn, because I don't know. I felt like, for example, when I started, I felt we had a lot of trainings to fill, and I really wanted to do them. Like, I really wanted to do anything first, really quickly, like from the beginning, and then I had like my energy went down a little bit because I gave too much at the beginning, and that's not that's not really good thing to do. Like, it's better to take the things like step by step, and I don't know, send your timesheets on time, and yeah.
True. No, I get what you mean with the energy thing. Like, yeah, there's this temptation to just be like, yeah, let's get it all in for the week and then we're good. But
it was really exciting, so I was like, okay, let's go. But no.
yeah. I mean, they give you that long time for a reason, you know. It's
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's interesting how in some ways this is perfect and it fit really well, and then other things you kind of had to adapt. From doing this Kickstarter, like, do you kind of have an idea about what you're going to do when it's over? Do you feel like it's affected your outlook on that?
Yeah, I already have a few ideas. Well, luckily I had few contacts to contact when my placement will end, and I'm gonna contact them for sure. Depending on the opportunities, to be honest. But yeah, I will carry on my career as I can, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And has it kind of would you be interested at all in like doing more stuff with social media afterwards, or are you very much like, after this, going to get right to music, focus on the production?
I don't know. I have nothing against social media or working on the events side of things, but I'd like to get more focused on the music production. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. No one's gonna come through like your team leader's gonna come through like, you said what?
No.
Is there anything that you want to shout out? Any sort of projects that you're working on right now that maybe you'd like to direct people towards?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can talk about it, but I'm with my brother. He's still living in France, and he's a rapper. And actually, we kind of work together. Like, he sent me a few of his tracks to mix it or master it. So I do it, and it's quite fun to work like that, because it stays in family.
Yeah, that's so great.
That's very cool, and he sends me also his friends that I can work with, so it's great. Well, actually, yeah, people can share check that if they want, but it's French rap, so they won't understand anything. But that's cool to have projects like that with serious artists who like they are doing concrete things. So yeah, that's really cool. And from my own music, I always mix some things, not obviously for a vocalist, but sometimes yes. So yeah, I do my own music on the side. Right now I don't have anything to share off. I might have 1 or 2 mixes to share, yeah. But yeah, it's on the road.
Yeah, no, that's sick. And what you're saying about French rap, I mean, like people in London love that, you know. I mean, like when like you listen to like Laos the Cat or something like that, and the French verse kicks in, you know, it's
yeah, that's a possibility, yeah. But
yeah,
as you know, they don't understand the lyrics. I always wonder
yeah,
if they're really singing that, but you know, that's why not?
yeah.
I listen to a lot of foreign music as well, so you never. That's true.
Yeah, because yeah, like at the end of the day, like they don't get the poetry, but it sounds pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
get the
yeah.
vibe. That's basically it. I think we've hit the 30 minutes. And yeah, like thank you so much for answering these questions. And yeah, let us know more about you and your experiences.
Thank you very much for your time. And
Yeah,
it was fun. It was really fun.